Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing my first prom makeup look of the year. I hope you guys enjoy it. Your girl forgot to do a talking intro though, so I'm doing a quick voiceover, but don't worry, the rest of the video is talk through, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I already did was prime my eyes. This is really important if you want your eyeshadow to last throughout the whole night, and primer is just always going to make your eyeshadow come out 100 times more pigmented. So I went ahead and used the NYX Proof It eyeshadow primer. So the first color I'm going to take is Sorbet. Basically all the colors that I'm going to be using for today's eyes, I'm going to be using Makeup Geek, which I kind of miss. Back in the days I used to use Makeup Geek a lot. So I'm going to take this color, it's kind of like a light pink, and I'm just going to pop this right on the crease as a transition color with a fluffy brush. This probably won't even show up, but I always like to start off with light transition colors. It just really helps out, you know, when blending and all that good stuff. Now I'm going to be taking Cupcake by Makeup Geek. This is a really pretty dusty rose. I actually used this last year in a prom tutorial, so with that same fluffy brush, I'm just going to pop this right on the crease, and I'm actually going to zoom in because I'm a little bit too far. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop this directly on the crease. I'm not really blowing it out like crazy though, as if it were like a transition. Now I'm going to be taking Vintage. This is a very deep, I want to say purple, kind of. Yeah, it looks purple. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop this right on the crease. I actually haven't used this color, so I don't know how pigmented it's going to be. But I'm basically just using this to deepen up that crease. I'm also going to take this color and just bring it inwards in the outer V of the eye. So now that I applied that, I'm just going to go back in with that fluffy brush, and right above that, just really blend everything out, because as you can see, since I did use a more dense brush, it didn't blend out so well. So now that I've blended that out, I'm just going to take more Vintage and just deepen up the crease a little bit more, just in case any of it faded. So now that I'm pretty much done with the crease, I'm going to move on to the eyelid, and I'm going to be taking Starry Eyed. This is a beautiful foiled shadow by Makeup Geek, and I'm just going to be taking a flat brush and just pack this on right on the eyelid. I'm not going to take the eyeshadow all the way outwards. I'm just going to leave a little room right there. I feel like a prom look is not complete without glitter. I mean, I don't think I wore glitter for my prom, but you know, I just gotta take that extra step. So I'm gonna be taking this Too Faced Glamour Dust in the color Nude Beam, and I think this came in with the Stardust palette. Before I apply the glitter, I'm gonna be applying the glitter glue by Too Faced. The same brush that I used to apply that on the eyelid, I'm just gonna pick some of that glitter glue up, and I'm going to pack it right over the eyeshadow. I'm going to work in small sections, so I'm going to start first in the inner corner, and with the other side of the brush, I'm going to pick up this glitter and just pack it on and apply some on the outer part. Now I'm going to go in with the color Curfew. I'm going to pop this just on the crease to make the look a little bit more purple. Now I'm just going to go ahead and coat my lashes with some mascara. I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is probably the best mascara I've ever used. So for my lashes, I'm going to be taking the Dolls by Mooks in the style Angie. These have been my favorite. It makes your eyes look like doll eyes. Oh my goodness, I love them. So moving on to the face, I'm first going to just wipe off all this glitter because it kind of got all over the place. Now for my primer, I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Hangover RX. I love this because it makes my face like super duper smooth. It basically works kind of like a moisturizer. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this all over the face. I do like to put a lot on just because I like that extra smoothness. This primer is actually great for people that have dry skin because it's very moisturizing. I have oily skin, but I'm actually using this primer because one, it's very smooth, and two, the foundation that I'm going to use is a NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, and this thing like clings on my dry areas a lot. I want to make sure my face is really nice and moisturized. So I'm going to be taking this NARS foundation, and I really like it because it really does stay on your skin, and it's perfect for those of you who have really oily skin like I do. I actually haven't used this foundation in a while because it's so matte. But for prom, this is something that I really recommend. And one thing I did forget to tell you guys, make sure whatever foundation you're using does not have SPF in it. So just double check first, make sure there is not any SPF in it, because if there is, you're definitely going to get that white cast. Make sure when you're applying foundation, you blend it down to your neck, and you want to also blend it up to your ears, because not all the time it's going to look exactly like your skin tone. So just don't take that risk and just blend it down to your neck and ears. Notice I left the under eyes empty because when applying concealer and everything, that part gets super duper heavy, at least for me, because I like to bake and all that. So I like to leave that under eye just empty. Okay, now I'm going to be taking these two IT Cosmetics by Under Eye Concealers. So I'm going to be mixing deep and light. I'm going to grab more of the color light. And the reason I like to mix these is because light is way too light for me. So wait, oh shoot, that's actually deep. Oh crap. Okay, whatever. So I'm going to grab some of deep, and I'm gonna grab more of the light, and now I'm just gonna dab this. I like to use my fingers because while I'm applying it, I'm really warming up the product. Then the rest of the product I'm just going to put like on the forehead, my nose, Cupid's bow, and chin, just like on the center of the face. To blend this all out, I'm gonna be taking the Beauty Blender. I feel like there's nothing better than this. I'm going to take the color Deep, and this concealer goes a very long way. You do not need a lot of this product. Just squeeze out the littlest amount that I could and just apply this right on the cheek. Notice that I do apply it a little bit above the hollow of the cheek, just so when you blend it out, you don't want to drag it too low, you know what I mean? With that same Beauty Blender, I'm just going to start blending. So of course you want to set your under eye concealer. That is super important, and if you don't, it's most likely going to crease. I love to use this Airspun loose powder. You can find this at Walmart. It's not even expensive whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and bake my face with the same Beauty Blender. Before I do start baking, I'm going to make sure to go right underneath my eyes and just dab anything out, because of course the concealer creased a little bit. So now that I took care of that, I'm going to take the powder and really press it in right there. Blend the forehead out a little bit because I do have wrinkles right there. So again, just gonna blend that out and then set it. While my face was baking, I went ahead and filled in my brows. So I took these two brow pencils by ColourPop in the color Banking Brunette and Dope Taupe. My favorite one to use is Dope Taupe, and I feel like a lot of people use this one because it's not as intense. These brow pencils are very pigmented. I went ahead and used Dope Taupe, but I feel like I'm running out. If anything, I feel like I'm completely out already. So I went ahead and mixed these two together. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and dust all this powder off. And while I dust the baking powder off, I always go ahead and just set the rest of my face, because I mean, it's already a lot of powder, so why use more powder, you know what I mean? So to contour my face, I'm going to be taking a Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil, and I'm just going to really focus this right there. Now, to make my face a little bit more warm, I'm going to be taking the Rebel Natural Bronzer and Sun Bronze. With that same brush, I'm just going to apply that right above the contour, just like right on the cheeks, you know. And then I'm just going to go ahead and contour my nose a little bit. So since our look is kind of purple, I want to go ahead and use the Tarte Blush and Exposed. So now time for highlight. I'm going to be taking the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. I'm going to really apply this, like, well, I'm not going to really pack it on because this is really pigmented already. So I'm just going to pop it on the highest points of my cheekbones. Ooh. This is my favorite part. And then I'm going to apply some right on the nose and on the Cupid's bow. Moving on to my eyes, I'm going to be taking this Shella Lace highlighter, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this on the waterline. You could use a black eyeliner, that's going to make your eyes look a little bit more dramatic, but I've been really into using skin tones, so I'm going to apply this right in there. And this is just going to help make your eyes look bigger, more awake, and, you know, very clean. I'm going to go in with Cupcake with this small fluffy brush and just apply this right underneath. This is going to be basically like our transition color. I'm going to be taking Vintage, and I'm just going to be applying this with an angled brush right on that lower lash line just to really define it. I'm going to grab a little bit of Curfew and also apply it underneath the eye. So now I'm going to go back in with this small fluffy brush and just really blend out the lower lash line. I'm going to take Starry Eyed one more time. Apply this just in the inner corner of the eye for a nice highlight. And now finally, the only thing that's left is to coat the bottom lashes. So I'm going to take that same mascara and do that. Finally, moving on to the lips, I'm going to be taking this lip liner by ColourPop in the color BFF. This is just a really pretty nude lip liner. I'm going to be taking Cone Tempo by ColourPop. This is a lippy stick. And I'm going to just dab it on. I don't want my lips to look too pink. I'm going to be taking this Buxom lip gloss in the color Princess. I know not a lot of people are into lip glosses right now. More people are into the mattes, but I've always been like stuck with the glosses. So I'm going to be applying this gloss right on top. And that pretty much completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!